plan for emergencies. It stands for call, alert, listen, and move. Remember these steps in case of a fire. They could save your life. Call 911 first. When you call 911, make sure you provide your name and accurate information such as address, unit, or apartment number, and the location of the fire or emergency. Then, alert your dorm management or campus public safety personnel and other tenants. In a fire, sound the alarm after calling 911 so that others can evacuate the building safely. Listen for instructions from the fire officials or campus safety personnel. You may hear evacuation instructions over a loudspeaker.
This is the Chicago Fire Department.
After moving to a safe area, continue to listen for and follow the directions of emergency personnel. Evacuation of a high-rise building is not always necessary. Sometimes the safest thing to do is move only when you're in immediate danger. Depending on the location of the fire, you may be asked to move a couple of floors away from the fire or stay where you are.
Everyone's on fire drill since they were in elementary school, and it's just, since nothing's ever happened, people just like get lulled in the sense of like security, and it's just this monotony of fire drills and how it's just like, I don't even care about this anymore. This is absolutely, completely a waste of my time. And that's definitely not the truth.
You just gotta keep in mind that it's better to be annoyed by a fire drill than to lose everything or lose someone.
I would never ever would have thought that something like this would happen to me, because no one ever does. Like my friends and everyone, like never thinks that their house is gonna burn down. So I think it's just really valuable to like remember that it is a possibility.
It's always a joke until it's real, and so you just have to find some kind of in between where you know that it could happen. So you got to respect the regulations and the rules because they're there for a reason, and they're there to keep your stuff and keep your friends and your roommates alive.
Physically, you're losing everything. It's just really scary, really shocking. Not something you want to be a part of.
What can you learn from the students that lived through the fire at DePaul University? Knowing what to do ahead of time improves your response to an emergency. You owe it to yourself to be prepared. Do you know the floor plan, the location of all exits, and the safest stairwell for you to use in case of an emergency? Know your neighbors and be aware of anyone with disabilities or special needs who may require special attention from fire personnel. In a situation where a fire occurs in your room, leave immediately and close the door behind you, but don't lock the door. A locked door has to be forcibly opened, which slows the fire department's response to the emergency. Exit from the safest stairwell and go down to a safe location. Next, call 911 and provide the dispatcher with your address, floor, and room number. This information will be given to the fire department. Then, pull your local fire alarm and notify university safety or security personnel. Don't use the elevators. They may not work, or they may be needed by emergency response crews. Fire, heat, and smoke travel upward. Don't go to the roof. Don't break your windows. This can actually fuel the fire, causing it to reach you faster. If you witness a fire in another room, don't assume that someone else has called 911. Always call 911 first and provide them with the building address, your location, and the location of the fire. If you're in your room, before leaving, feel the door with the back of your hand. If the door is hot to the touch, don't leave. Stay put and do not open the door. Don't break the window. If smoke and heat start to build up, open the window slightly. If your window does not open, stay low to the floor. In this situation, seal the door by placing a wet towel at the bottom of your door. If the door is cool to the touch, open the door slightly, and if smoke conditions are not dangerous, take your keys and a flashlight with you and go to the safest stairwell. Students requiring special assistance during an evacuation should be encouraged to identify themselves to dorm staff or campus public safety personnel. A map showing an area of refuge has to be posted in every building on each floor. It should also identify the locations of people who need to be escorted from the building by emergency response personnel. The Chicago Fire Department will evacuate all people with disabilities from the building unless prior special arrangements have been made with the individual or the on-campus safety director. Since stairwells may be the only way to exit a building during an emergency, don't block your exit route by storing bikes, garbage containers, or anything else in a stairwell or hallway. During a fire, check the door to a stairway for heat or excessive smoke before you open the door or enter the stairwell. In a smoke-filled building, smoke and heat rise. The air and smoke at your shoulders may be toxic or hot enough to collapse your lungs, while the air around your feet and ankles may be cool and clear, allowing you to escape by crawling out. This simple strategy of staying low to the ground can make the difference between life and death. During an emergency, if anyone is unaccounted for, immediately notify fire department personnel. Tell them where the missing person was located the last time you knew of their whereabouts, and never re-enter a building until instructed to do so by the fire department. Campus building managers or engineering personnel have to inspect and maintain all fire protection or detection devices such as fire extinguishers, fire hoses, and fire alarm pull boxes. Managers must also identify themselves, answer information requests, and assist emergency response personnel as needed. Your knowledge of the building and the people inside can help save lives. So we've shown you some general guidelines to follow during an emergency. You can protect yourself and others by having a plan for emergencies, staying calm, safely exiting the building, and notifying authorities. Remember, life isn't foolproof. You have to consider your safety and the safety of others in many ways every day.
The Chicago Fire Department provides us safety information to help you in the event of a fire or emergency. We also want you to know that alcohol abuse impairs your judgment. Impaired individuals can cause fires or delay evacuation efforts. Clear, rational judgment can save your life. You can make a difference by taking steps to prevent fires, planning, and responding appropriately during emergencies.
As part of the Chicago Fire Department's ongoing commitment to keep you safe, we provide free fire and life safety presentations and educational drills. If you would like us to conduct a presentation, please contact the Public Education Unit at 312-747-6691. To find out more about the other free public education programs that we currently provide, visit us online at www.cityofchicago.org. The Chicago Fire Department. We're there when you need us.